That's right. We doing this shit now. I can't make my mind up. I was thinking about, I don't know why I was thinking about it earlier, but I was thinking about this game, and I thought it might be a good idea to I'm gonna turn this shit down because it's not super important. It feels kind of loud, honestly. So I don't know why I was thinking about it. I just like randomly thought about it and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's get in there. So I started to go this way and Khalad showed up. Wait a moment, both of you. I checked the entire monastery. Everyone's either dead or changed into Seru. It can't be true. Songi did all of this? How could he have done this? What was he thinking? I have to talk to Songi. I have to find out why he did this. But Vaughn, Noah, are you going to East West Forest? I was trying to get out of this earlier, so I said no. And he said, please tell me the truth. Are you going to East West Forest? No, I just wanted to... Please tell me the truth. Are you going to East West... Yeah, fine. I knew it. I know that Songi is waiting for me in the East West Forest. If the Genesis tree is still alive, I'll revive it and free the monastery from the mist. After traveling together, I know how strong you are now. To be honest, I'm not confident enough to go to East West Forest without you. I need your strength. Please, will you take me with you? Yeah, because I'm sure if I say no, he'll just keep asking me. Yay, Noah's happy about it. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Let's rock it. Well, hold on a minute. What are... He's level 5? He's only level 5? Can I actually, like, level him now? What do you have on? Nothing! Can I buy shit for him? Do I have any money? I have some money. Can I buy for him? Will he stop me? Okay. Sorry, it's a new fight. I don't remember the combos. Oh, it's theaters! Fuck! Spirit. Just auto, I don't know. Ouch. Because he was low on APs. Oh shit! That hurt. Good job on that 40 damage. Meta, will you use Avira on Noah? That one, I guess. Just get in there, everybody. It's still alive. Son of bitch. Ouch. Magic. Vampire bat. Oh, he's a higher level now, because I guess I used him? Is that how it works? So I can fucking Secret of Mana and Evermore? Oh, you did it, buddy. You did 9 more damage. Good job. Get the fuck in there, everybody. Vaughn. On 160, he's doing 50. Okay. Just handle business. I got 120 experience. Ugh. Can I still not get shit for him? Let's find out. Vaughn, welcome back. Okay, there is a shop back here. I have good weapons. I have good weapons here. I buy and sell. You have business? I would like to buy... I would like to buy nothing, because I tried to equip him with shit before, and it fucking... His name is Morlang? Thank you. You come again, yes? Yes. So that was a waste of time. So I guess fucking Kalad is just gonna have to have no goddamn weapons and shit. I may have to do a bit of a grindy grind if he will accept fucking experience, unless you have to go fight Songi with him at level fucking 5. I should have rested. Time to squiggle my way to the forest. And through the forest, probably. That's just funny now I think about it. A Gombu! And a hornet. Hornets are fucking scary though. I hate hornets. And since my car sits outside, fucking bugs and shit love to just make their lives in there. He didn't do the Karidoria! What the fuck is this? I said this in the last the Secret of Evermore video, but there's a goddamn spider and its fucking web is literally one of the threads is from the corner of my house to the ground. So like the second floor almost to the roof of my house to the ground. It might be the same spider that had made a web on my car. That made a web from my back window all the way to the top of my antenna. But we discovered it while I was taking my sister to school. And she got it off there and shook it off on the mailbox. She, my niece, drives, or rides in my car and she had a notebook in the backseat. So, my sister, hold. I feel something. I feel Songi's presence. Songi is here. Vaughn, Noah, I need you two to promise me something. Even if Songi appears before you, don't fucking touch him. That bitch is mine. I know this is asking a lot, but if Seru possesses his soul as you say, then I want to be the one to take care of him. I will detain you no longer. Come, let's hurry. He walks funny. Should I go through the tube? I go through tube. Tube. So I can get into another combat. The fuck are these? Okay, these motherfuckers are bad news. So she has a notebook that she has in the back seat, and so my sister took that and then scooped the spider up and tried to put it on the mailbox at the end of the driveway, which is where my car parks, which is where I park my car. And I was like, okay, that was a weird choice, but sure. Should I be a higher level for this? I feel like I'm getting my ass kicked. Anyway, so it might be the same spider. Who knows? Oh, it has come to my attention that I haven't told all my frog stories here. Or maybe I did, and Drew didn't actually listen, or wasn't, you know, it was a video that he didn't want to watch, or the audio was shitty. So, when Tropical Storm Irma came through, where I am, the power went out. The power was out for 27 hours, and that was frustrating. Oh, Kalad can level up. Shit. Okay. So, that was irritating. But my phone loses battery really fucking fast, right? So, I decided to get in the car and drive around a bit so that I could Veer's level 5? What level was your rare 2? Fuck. Is it up here? So we got in the van and we started driving around, and you know, the power was out. So it was really fucking dark, and I was talking about how it really bothers me when people drive around with their lights not on, because I have to do a lot of driving at like dusk to go pick up my sister and her daughter. And it means that there's usually some people without their lights on, and because there's so many people with their lights on and then some people without their lights on, it bugs me that that people don't turn their lights on, because it's dusk and my car has its lights pretty much permanently on. So my sister was making fun of me for thinking that people are going to be driving around at like 1 o'clock in the morning with their lights off. And I was like, how about you have supper at my asshole? But we had a good time. It was, you know, humorous jibing and such. And, Spirit. Cool. And, well, like, we stopped at McDonald's, but when we pulled out of the driveway, there was all this debris, like leaves and branches and stuff in the street and in the driveway. And when I backed out, I noticed that, in the headlights were some frogs in the street. And I was like, oh, there's frogs. And so I asked my sister to move them so that I didn't drive over them, because I'm not gonna fucking some frogs, because I like frogs. They're cute to me. You fucking spirit, asshole. And then what? So she went out, she got out of the car to go move, there were 2 of them. And one of them was actually by the curb, and one of them was just sort of in the middle of the street. So when she went to go move them, she went to the one that was in the street. The objective, I guess, was to put it over by the curb, and then, you know, next to the other one that was by the curb, and then all she had to do was move one of them. Right? And, but they're fucking frogs, right? So they're gonna be spookered by anything that gets close to them. So she went over, she walked over towards it, she went to go poke it, and poked it, and poked it, and it just sat there. And so she poked it, and it didn't move, and so she grabbed it and put it by the curb. And then she was like, well, I have this one facing the grass, so if it wants to jump or something, it can just go that way. But the other one was facing the street. So she was like, this is bad. I will move it closer. I'll move that one, or I'll move it into the grass. So she went to go grab that one, and it jumped away from her a little bit, and then she grabbed it and put it in the grass. And she went to go grab the other one and figured, might as well just keep them both together. So she grabbed the other one and went to go toss it in the grass. So she grabbed it, since it didn't mind being grabbed by her, I guess. She grabbed it, and she went to go toss it in the grass. And as she went to go toss it, it was also jumping, and so it had a lot of momentum at that point. And so it sort of like fucking ate shit in the grass as it jumped. It was like a fucking nosedive, and then bounced a bit, and then landed, and it was hilarious. And then, we encountered another one on the way back, or we might have encountered the same ones, actually. I don't know. What was I? We went to McDonald's, and I was a complete and utter fucking social, and it was a weed hammer. Do I smoke it? A weed hammer. Collide, what's a weed hammer? It's something used to break crystal grass and other types of hard grass. Oh. So, like that. Holy shit. Look at that animation. Just fucking disintegrate it. Holy god. So, we went to McDonald's and, oh, it's a new one? Nope. You don't have a thing yet. And then, we went to McDonald's, and I'm socially inept. And we got a bunch of Pick 2s. They're Pick 2 for $2.50. We got a bunch of those. Mom wanted some french fries, so we got some for her, and then we took them back to the house. And my sister, because... No, don't attack that one. Attack that one. She was getting out, because I was driving. She got out to, give Mom the stuff. But when we got back, there were more goddamn frogs. There were more fucking frogs in the yard. In the driveway, and I wanted them to move because I just still didn't want to run over them, right? So, so she had to move them, and this time they actually peed on her, and she got really upset about it. And when we told my mom this, she was like, "What? You fucking brought me my french fries with pee hands? This is bullshit." And Emily was like, "No, I used the wet wipes that were in the van for Laura, for my niece." And she was like, "Okay." How do I restore? Yeah, okay. 800. And then, on Labor Day, that's further back, on Labor Day, we were making, Mom was making, hamburgers and stuff on the grill, as you do for Labor Day, and I was helping my dad with something in the kitchen. He needed something. And while we're doing stuff, Mom starts fucking yelling for me. And I was like, "What the fuck do you want?" And she just held her hand out while she was still fucking with the things on the grill. Because she has a problem with her hip, she was just sitting there in her walker thing. And so she just was sitting there staring at the grill, messing with the burgers and stuff, and just held her hand out towards me, and I was kind of behind her, and I was like, "What a badass!" Number one. But I got really excited because it was a tiny little tree frog. She had a little tree frog on her hand. It was so cute. And so I picked it up, and it hopped all over me, and it was really mad because it wanted to leave, and that's fine, I guess. So I went and put it in the flower pot. Well, sorry, there's like 6 flower pots out there. So I put it in a flower pot by the edge of the deck. And then I went, it's not really moist in here. It should go somewhere else. And so I went to go grab it. So I went to go get it again, and it got upset and jumped. And when it jumped, it happened to jump at exactly the wrong fucking angle and stuff. So it jumped over the edge of the deck and through the railing. And so when it did that, because it's a frog and it was jumping, it had all of its limbs just fucking directly out. And when I told you, I guess, about this earlier, you said that it was like just fucking star-shaped. But then it rotated because of gravity and the way that it was jumping. So it just rotated in air. That was fun. That was funny to me. So it rotated. It was just like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." And then it died, probably, because it fell all the way down to the ground. Onto, like... Motherfucker. Onto probably some rocks and stuff. And I was like, this makes me this sad. I don't know. So which reminds me, a few months ago, we went to go clean out the, Dad went to go clean out the... What is it called? The exhaust, I guess, for the dryer. And we were trying to figure out why the fucking dryer wasn't drying very well anymore. And it turns out, there was a goddamn bird's nest in the pipe. So he handed me the pipe, and I was gonna try to shake the bird's nest out, or something, and I just sort of turned it, like, instead of being horizontal, I just turned it towards the ground, and then when I did that, the bird's nest had eggs in it. So a bunch of eggs just fell out and went sploosh on the ground. My sister was like, did you just fucking abort some bird babies? And I was like, maybe. So I got some, my boyfriend was like, well, here's what you can do. You can just fucking get some, like, bird seed or something and put it out there so that, to act as a way of paying it forward, to be some sort of recompense for the thing that you did. And I was like, yeah, I guess. So I got some bird seed, and then I realized I don't have a bird feeder, and then I keep forgetting to get a bird feeder. And I don't really have anything to hang it on. He's got flying knee. So... What's the other frog story? Oh, I take the trash out Wednesday nights at, like, fucking midnight, because I gotta get up at, or somewhere between 9 and midnight, because I have to take my sister to school in the morning. And I was taking the trash out, and I'm the main floor of my house is the second floor, so when I take the trash out anymore, for the past few years, I've just fucking take the garbage bags out and hurl them over the side into the garage, which usually ends up breaking whatever is in the bag, and sometimes there's glass, but we live dangerously here, so I went downstairs after I tossed everything over, and I went to go start picking it all up, put it in a trash can to take to the end of the driveway. And I noticed some movement, and maybe one of the frogs from Irma was out there, but I saw a frog, and I was like, oh, it's a frog! Or a toad, maybe, I don't know the difference. Might have been a toad. So I picked the bag up, and when I picked the bag up, there was like 2 down there, and when I picked one of them up and hurled it into the trash can, the frog was like, ah! And then disappeared into this wood that we have that holds up, the garden dirt. So I was like, it's got a house! It's got a house in my garden! I was all excited. Because I love critters. I love critters like that. I also saw some snails. I was like, oh man, the snails are probably really upset about the fucking storm too. And, so I've been excited about that. Oh! Because of the storm was coming through, we went and, like, did a bunch of... You know what, everybody just Spirit. Just whatever. Where did I get from Spirit? 27 to 59. Do you get 32? Is that what it is? 32? I was like, what's 27 to 39? 2... So I think it's 32. Yay! Kalad got a level again. We need that. Dude, this is so cool. Because it's just so fucking ridiculous. Well, since I was bringing shit in, and I have 2... I've gotten snails from the garden before, because I love them. And in order to give them, like, a little house, I got, like, a critter carrier thing from the, like, reptile section of PetSmart. And I had 2 of them, because one of them, I think the lid broke, and I needed to... Or no, the thing broke. The clear part. The actual cage part, not the lid. So I had 2 of them, And then I bought another one because that one was just sitting outside. Because one of them was just sitting outside because I had to my family let the snails go. Because I went to Japan and I was like, hey guys, or Texas maybe, and I was like, hey guys, are you taking care of the snails? And my dad was like, we let your fucking snails go because we couldn't take care of them. And I was like, okay. I mean, I can't do anything to stop you. I'm just disappointed. You had one job. And it was to replace lettuce. What's a cure amulet? Do I equip it? I do. Put that egg on. Nullify curse. Since you can't wear anything else, just wear all the things. Whatever. Hold on. So he got 32. Do you have stat? Nope. None of his stats are 32. Whatever. Is he level 7 now? Yeah. Okay, so Noah, so I don't continue wasting my mana. Yay, Vera's increased! Cool. So I get snails all the time, and I love snails, and they're super cute, and I let them slime on me, and I have a good time. But I saw some of those out there. We also have, cats in the neighborhood. We think they may be feral. Still not 100% sure on that. Fuck. Because they do kind of stick around with this guy that's a couple houses down that we call the Dead Man. Because when Pokemon Go first came out, and I went to... I was, you know, staying up all night, and I would... Okay, it's time for bed, I would say. And I would pull out my phone and then check Pokemon Go, and then it would be, this day there was a fucking Psyduck, and I was like, oh shit, there's a Psyduck? I want a Psyduck. So I went to go try to find a fucking Psyduck. So I put some simple shoes on, some slip-on shoes. Fucking... So I put on some simple shoes, and I start walking down the street, and since this guy is a couple houses down, I started to walk by his house, and I was like, oh my god, it smells like a fucking garbage fire over there. Jesus Christ, it's so bad. Like, I don't know if you've ever smelled what a dumpster smells like when it's been sitting out there for years, where they've just been putting garbage in it and emptying it, and it's like got this horrible fucking stench. But it was basically that, and I was like, okay, so this guy's either dead, dying, and that's the smell of a decomposing body or something, or he just lives in fucking squalor, you know? Who is the club? God! He has equipment! Oh, thank God. Is it just gonna be a fucking club that sticks out of his meat hook? His big, stupid, meaty hand. So I walk down the hill, and I walk around the neighborhood, and I'm trying to find this fucking Psyduck, and then on my way back I realize I'm gonna have to walk by this stanky-ass house again. And I did. Yep, there it is. It's just a fucking... It's just a club sticking out of his meat hook. And it's not even a big club. It's like a maraca. Still slowest motherfucker on the team, though. So, where was I? So I walk back up the house, and then I walk back into the house and stuff, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that guy's house smells like garbage. And I'm like, it smelled like he was fucking dead. Should we call the police or something? Eventually, we decided to do nothing, because we're pusses. But the cops eventually did get called on that guy. I don't know why. They never talked to us. I assumed they would, because I assumed they would canvass. Because I thought maybe if he was dead or if something had happened to him that they would come calling. They would come a-knocking. They didn't. The cops just went to the people next door and I guess told them something, because they probably called the cops because they live right next to him, so they could probably smell it worse than we could. And as your due. So is an accessory, increases lower defense. Probably put that on this asshole. But we call him the Dead Man because of that incident. And so my sister talks about him all the time to, like, random people. But she refers to him as the Dead Man because we don't know his name. We don't know anything about him. We just know that he smelled like he was dead once. I have a picture of him on my phone that my sister took. But all the cats seem to congregate at his place. Wonder what his AI is doing. The cats seemed to congregate at his place. After those cops showed up, he had a car in his driveway and it was gone. Eventually. He has, like, all this construction stuff. Like wood, like materials like wood and bricks and concrete blocks, like the kind that are one brick but they have, like, they're hollow. They have 2 compartments on them. He's got all that shit out there, and sometimes he comes out and just is sort of laying in his driveway with the cats all over him. Sometimes, like the picture that I have, he's just sort of sitting out there with the cats. There's one day that we came home and we saw the kids from next door. We call them the rape neighbors because they said they were gonna hold Lorelai down and hold my niece down and rape her. And so we just sort of, we didn't like that. We don't really interact with them much anymore. We don't let my niece outside so that she can interact with them. What? We came home and those kids from next door and some kid from somewhere else in the neighborhood had all these packing materials, and I realized that the Dead Man had a whole shitload of packages on his porch. And I was like, did those kids just fucking take his packages and start ripping through them? Well, that's some fucking bullshit. And I was mad about it. My sister didn't realize that that was a possibility of what was going on. And then that evening, maybe the next day, the Dead Man was just walking around the neighborhood, like, holding himself. Like his arms, his arms weren't crossed. They were sort of holding himself. And I was like, he's probably got some sort of mental disorder, or maybe some sort of, maybe a mental illness. Maybe not a disorder, but like an illness or something. So when people started messing with his packages, it probably wasn't fucking good for him. It was hard for him to cope, you know? So he just started wandering around aimlessly, all fucked up about it. And then, so that's the Dead Man. He has most of the cats. I got it! Yay! Okay, bye.
So,
The fuck was that? save point, which means I will probably be fighting Songi on the next screen, which means that this rambly as fuck, grindy kinda episode can come to an end. Especially since that weird shit happened. So, I guess we'll continue this in the next one. Bye!